Wood, check. Saw, check. Check. Drill, check. Check. Glue, check. Let's build a minimum viable product. Hi, this is Gary. Welcome to Development That Pays. In the last couple of episodes, we've been looking at minimum viable products. Today, I'm going to attempt to make one out of MDF. This is the family iMac. I love this machine. It's an absolute pleasure to use. But I think the real reason I love it is that it's the first computer that's been pretty enough to be allowed into the kitchen. It looks great. At least it did when it first arrived. Then there was a printer. I got myself an external drive and then another external drive. And before we knew it, there were wires all over the place. My wife, Sheila, has a special word for this peripheral proliferation. She calls it unacceptable. The challenge then is to hide all this guff without too much impact on the usability, especially of the printer. I can feel an MVP coming on. Ries has a great definition of MVP, a version of a new product which allows a team to collect the maximum amount of validated learning about customers with the least effort. The operative words here are validated learning and least effort. Now, neither of these are natural for me. I'm more of a zero research, over-engineered kind of guy. This is going to be challenging. First port of call, SketchUp. Do you know SketchUp? I really like it. It's super powerful. But I have to be careful not to get carried away and go too far into the design. These blocks represent a printer and 2 disk drives. Think the printer will go on top with the drives underneath. Going to make a shelf big enough for the printer plus a bit of extra space around the edge. Move that into place, copy it. And then nothing. I think I now have the basic measurements I need to actually go out and build something. And here it is. Is it a minimum viable product? Well, it's minimal, that's for sure. But as we've talked about previously, it's the customer that decides what's viable. Sheila wasted no time in letting me know that this was not viable, not even close. But I think we can call it a prototype. The printer fits, excellent. But I just checked that everything is usable. Spot of paper in the printer. That's vexing.
That's vexing.
Hadn't thought of that. Either I'm going to have to make the cabinet much taller, or perhaps I could buy a new printer. Never liked the old one anyway. This one's about the same size, but it has a paper tray. Perfect. That's annoying. I didn't spot this bit before I bought it. I tried to pull it off, but it's pretty well attached. I'm going to have to change the design to accommodate it. I'm glad I didn't lavish too much love and attention on the first prototype because it's been properly sliced and diced. And it's transformed into something that I must say is really rather ugly. If anything, it's less viable than the previous version. The new printer fits, excellent. Obviously, we're going to need a flap on the front for the funny outfeed thing. I've just spotted another issue that I hadn't foreseen. The new printer has a display, and at the moment it's a bit hard to see. I'll have to have a head scratch to see if we can come up with something for that. Back to SketchUp. I've taken the dimensions from the second prototype and cleaned things up a bit. The drop-down flap is going to be more work than I'd hoped for, annoyingly, but I will save some effort by having the lower panel fixed. Access to the drives and the inevitable spaghetti will be from the open back. I think at last I'm ready to build an MVP. Join me next time to see how it turns out. Cheers for now.